The hands and the feet do the same thing. This video's title, the 7th of August, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main site here, spoken by me, Evan Strong, the founder and leader for life of In The Image Clothing Company. The feet need the same attention the hands do. Watch this. I'll label what the feet are doing, and I'll do the same thing with my hand, okay? Plantar flexion, dorsiflexion, internal rotation, external rotation, pronation, supination, different length 5 toes within the universal human design, different length 4 fingers with a different length opposable thumb, which if we put it right next to the fingers, it's very similar to the feet. The pinky toe is straight forward. The pinky finger is straight forward in that neutral position. Gripped arches in the feet, gripped arches in the hands. Okay? Rounding to the inside of the hand, we could call it a hand arch. Rounding to the underside of the feet, we could call them feet arches, and we just do. The feet and the hands do the same thing. When we talk about under In The Image Clothing Company, the need of importance on things, I mean, we've got videos as of today's date titled that. The importance of, and things like this, following after that, the proper height shoes, the proper height socks, you know, under the importance of. When we talk about pant cuffs not touching the tops of the feet so we can have full lifting up of the feet or dorsiflexion of the feet, which is half of the foot's function from pointing down or lifting up, is lifting up. And that's opposing Earth's vertical gravity pull that comes down and meshes with the horizontal surface of the Earth to make this right angle, this 90-degree perpendicular angle that the body's functioning meshes with. The center line of the body with Earth's vertical gravity pull and the bottom of the feet with the horizontal surface of the Earth, and the term zero drop in any brand of shoe. Just flatten the bottom of the shoes like the ground before you could go up a hill or down a hill, and just like the horizontal surface of the Earth with the bare feet on it before man-made shoes on our God-made feet being designed in the image of Jesus Christ. Here's your clothing company. In the Image Clothing Company, our slogan is allowing the body to work. Here under our main side, we're only a clothing company for the sake of the human body's physical functioning. When we talk about the top of the shoes, it's just what's going to be around the top of the feet. We can call them shoelaces, but we're just weaving ropes across the top of the feet. In the Image Clothing Company's shoelace technique, just being the only way the top of the feet are shaped, well, it's just like the hands, man. I mean, the feet are just as important as the hands. They do the same thing, really. When we talk about nothing in shoes to alter the feet at all, you know, fake arch support in shoes, and you can't support an arch, it's just physics, you'll collapse the arch instead. When we talk about socks needing to be at the proper height and shoes needing to be at the proper height, like I mentioned, and, you know, no tags, yes, in shoes, remove all tags from all clothing, labeling placed in after the fact. It's new, just tens of years ago from 2026, you know, which is where we're at currently. As of me saying this right now on the 7th of August, okay, 2026, you know, tongue tabs in shoes, removing those things so the tongue of the shoe can just have its natural motion, and just shaping the shoe as close as we can in all the ways, the bottom, the sides, you know, as far as the width on the sides, the toe box with the different length 5 toes, and you know, just snugly cinching the shoe around the top of the foot and the whole foot and ankle, stopping the lacing right at the flexion of the ankle because there's only one location the bones of the feet meet into the bones of the lower leg, you know, and the motion happens there at the hinge joint of the ankle with the lever of the foot off of that, with all the motion it has. Measurable mathematical degrees of hinges, levers, and rotations determined by the shape and length of our bones. They grow by themselves within this universal human design. There truly is only and always one way the human body could ever work. And the feet and the hands do the same thing, okay? We've got to put as much focus on the feet as we put on our hands. Truly, we do, okay? So there you go. There's your documentation. There's an explanation. There's a visual example as well of the feet and the hands being just about the exact same thing. I mean, when it comes down to one difference in the amount of bones, 26 versus 27 in the feet or the hands, 5 digits on the hands, 5 digits on the toes. Arches in the feet, arches in the hands. You know, all the same functioning as far as all the motion they have. You know, yeah, the feet really get neglected. Thank you. That's where we'll leave this. A shorter video for you this time, okay? But yeah, it is what it is, kids. The feet grip the ground. The hands grip things in life. The toes bend in and back. The fingers bend in and back. I mean, what do you want as far as an explanation to give the truth of this? There's only one way the human body could ever work. It's just how the bones connect. But our bones connect just about the exact same in the feet as they do in the hands. So there's a lot of things damaging the body, you know, in our modern man-made world placed onto God's natural earth. The shoes are literal wording of clothing the feet, all right? We discussed the literal wording of clothing here under In the Image Clothing Company. Yeah, okay. So stick around and find out, bro. If you want your body to work, well, God designed it to. But if you're in deep chronic patterning from things like this, you know, tying shoe knots and weaving shoe ropes on the feet in ways the feet don't work for decades, you know, tens of years or almost an entire lifetime or just a few years, your feet will get into chronic patterning, just trying to work around socks, shoes, shoelaces, things in the insoles of shoes, the tongue tabs, the tags in shoes, the heels on shoes, right? Wow. Okay. It's a mathematical wedge if you put a heel under the shoe with a foot. Wait. Sure. Don't wait too long, though. Truth is truth. You got to understand how your body works. We need to know the anatomy of the human body enough to allow it to work. We really do. You know, we need to understand how the body works and how it connects at the bones through ligaments directly, and then how the muscles just connect to the bones through tendons, and all muscles can only ever do is just pull directly in line, and that's it, you know? And so we've got to understand the body to a degree at least, because we have one. The literal wording of every body who has one and every one who has a body is who our information applies to under In the Image Clothing Company. And so, you know, you can focus on the rest of your body all day, every day for the rest of your life. But if you just are neglecting your feet, maybe just out of ignorance, just because you don't know. We don't know what we don't know, and we can't be held accountable for what we don't know. You know, but you've got heels on your shoes, or your shoelaces are just changing the position of all the little bones in your feet that only connect how they do, extremely specifically, you know, and whatever like this that's going to affect your feet. And things up for your head can affect your feet. Your jaw stabilizing your entire body can affect your feet. Your hands can travel down and affect your feet. Your whole body is all connected, you know. It's a kinetic chain. It's all got its own individual role to play, but it all starts at the feet on Earth's vertical gravity pole. But then really, you know, we've just got to have the feet and the hands working as well as each other. The right foot needs to work as well as the right hand. The left foot needs to work as well as the left hand. And they need to be able to do all the same things because they correlate with each other. I mean, even on the nervous system level, there's things that, you know, travel from the feet up to other parts of the body, up to organs and throughout the whole body, you know, pathways of electrical signals and the nervous system of the body. It starts at the feet because we really navigate life through our feet. There's so many nerve endings on the bottom of the feet, so much sensitivity, and it tells the body things about, you know, what's going on as we step on things, and, you know, just the angle and position our feet are in affect the whole legs up to the hips, up through the spine, to the tip of the head, and to the tips of the fingers. Just like if you're holding something with your hand in life, it'll affect your whole arm up to your shoulder and to your spine, up to the tip of your head, and down to your hips and out to your feet. The body's all stabilizing with even opposing musculature all the time through all parts of the body, all ways, all together, activated as a whole. The feet and the hands do the same thing, bro. You alter the hands, you alter the feet. You alter the feet, you've now altered the hands. It's just what it is. You know, the hand arches, if we're holding things that are flat, it'll collapse the arches in our feet. If we have the feet arches collapsed, not able to grip natural textured earth, for example, or on man-made flat flooring, or anything in shoes, socks, pant cuffs, or anything in the feet, even toenails, not there, you know, it'll travel up and alter the hands. So fingernails and toenails are a huge focus we discuss often under In the Image Clothing Company. They need to be all the way to the very tips of the toes with the toenails, and all the way to the very tips of the fingers with the fingernails, because that's how we really grip. You know, is that natural backing and supporting that happens for the whole fingers through the hands and the whole toes through the feet, and then traveling in through the rest of the body to the other extremities as well, you know, from the feet up to the hands, from the hands down to the feet. We need that natural support on the tips, or else the body's weakened throughout, you know, the rest of it as well. So cut relatively flat on the tips for the toenails and the fingernails, because there's always a neutral position, and we need to stay in that neutral position without excessively round fingernails or toenails to roll us out of this neutral position that just exists in the entire human being. Yeah. There you go. Thank you and goodbye, but I'll be here for life, leading In the Image Clothing Company, speaking such thorough explanations on universal truth that there is only one way the human body could ever work. You know, if we've got differences, we can address them. You've got an amputation, deformity, birth defect, major surgery, injury you're healing from, or anything at all, but those are some major things I mentioned so we can get an idea that things come up, you know, but you can only be different from something, and there's a universal human design. So we've just got to be very intentional to keep the hands unaltered and the feet unaltered, or get out of chronic patterning that's been created in the hands or feet throughout our lives, as I've done, you know, that you can see date marked and documented under the gift, as I call it, of video, you know, but also just have the hands and feet working together. We need to understand what that means and be able to correlate the hands as the extremities of the arms with the feet as the extremities of the legs together. They do the same thing. The hands and the feet do the same thing. This video's titled, the 7th of August, 2026, under In the Image Clothing Company's main side. So yeah, I mean, we'll always have good clothing available under In the Image Clothing Company to not alter the body. Simple, minimal, light, brandless on the exterior, do everything clothing, right? But also, free modifications need to be done. You know, in clothing, if there's imbalances, there's so many fairly universal imbalances in clothing shipped across the entire earth in modern 2026 and going forth. But then also just having the natural grip to our feet, holding things that are naturally textured and rounded with our hands. When we live in this man-made modern existence we have, and so many things just don't work for the body. We do a lot of these things and much more. Okay, there's 4 sides to In the Image Clothing Company: In the Image Clothing Company Poodles, In the Image Clothing Company Podcast, with discussions on the gospel of Jesus Christ. We're on episode 214 as of today's date, the 7th of August, 2026, In the Image Clothing Company Podcast. And In the Image Clothing Company Music. We do a lot with music. But here you are on the main side of In the Image Clothing Company. Stick around, and stick around, brother. I'm still healing from an ingrown toenail on my right big toe. Things happen. There's still only one way the human body could ever work. It grows by itself.